Dreadsteel is a mod that adds a new black armor tier and whose appearance reminds me a little of the Wither, but because of the horns it would be more similar to the dragon, and it is also extremely superior to netherite. How much T are you asking? Think that the netherite armor gives you 20 points of protection with all the armor, since the Dreadsteel gives us a total of 46 points of protection, a little more than double. But also having all the equipment gives us complete protection against fire, against spikes, specifically cacti and lightning, which makes it one of the best armors ever created, plus netherite does not burn in lava either. In addition, it also includes a shield and a scythe, which launches ranged attacks and practically eliminates vanilla mobs in one hit. It is that powerful because it is designed to work together with ice and fire and be able to fight against its dragons, which brings me to the negative point, and that is that the ingots to make the armor are made using ice and fire materials, so if you want to use it on its own, it is recommended to use the CraftTweaker mod so that you can manually add a new crafting for the material. LieOnLion's Gilded armor is a mod that adds the ability to create the typical golden netherite armor with the ability to make piglins peaceful, that is, it gives us the properties of gold armor and thus be able to travel comfortably through the nether. Furthermore, with its complement Enderite, it adds a new mineral of the same name found in the end, in the lower layers of the islands, in a very dangerous point. This way you can create a higher tier than the netherite, on the left the Enderite armor, with 24 points of protection, for more than the netherite one with the same design but with the colors of a shulker. On the right we have the Enderite armor but in its golden version, with the same property of making piglins peaceful. What can I say? I like its design and implementation as the new upper level found in the last dimension, the end. Enderite mod is similar to the previous mod with Enderite armor one level higher than netherite with also 4 more points of protection and with the same property of not being burned in lava. But it also has other properties such as the ability to not fall into a vacuum, but rather stay floating in a vacuum. Also if you fall into the void and die, the armor does not disappear. If not, it stays floating and has a luminescence effect so you can find it more easily. The mineral is very similar to the ancestral rubble, but with a color similar to the ender pearl. It is found in the end at heights from 12 to 48. It has the peculiarity that to chop it, you must first exploit the TNT near it, to leave it as a mineral with a 3-dimensional appearance. After this you can chop it with a netherite pickaxe. From here the process to convert it into an ingot is very similar to netherite. To improve the armor we will use the netherite armor, a mold found in the end cities, and obviously the ingot. Even the elytras can be improved, and both the normal and the improved ones can be combined with the chest, to have equipment more adapted to the end and falls into the void. However, elytras are not the only upgradable items, but also all tools and weapons, not only the classic ones but also the bow, crossbow, scissors and shield, even the shulker, adding more storage space. We even have a respawn nexus that is loaded with ender pearls, allowing us to appear next to them when they die, something useful for searching for end cities. Immersive armors, which are as such, immersive armors or better classified as thematic armors, are armors with certain special characteristics. I have to say that the armors are not better than netherite, but due to the quantity and design of them I decided to place it in such a high position. These things must also be qualified. As for its usefulness, this lies in causing negative effects to enemies, improving certain abilities of our character, negating damage coming from certain enemies, increasing resistance against certain types of damage, or simply allowing you to survive dangerous situations. With this no longer they look so bad, right? Or at least I hope so. In first place we have probably the most visually striking mod, Epic Paladins, in charge of adding armor with robust and 3-dimensional designs, leaving the simplistic vanilla design in the past. This mod takes great care in the design of each part of the armor. They are all made by improving netherite with nether stars and using molds. Depending on the mold it will be the type of armor we get in exchange, all with better protections than netherite. Blacksmithing molds seem to be found in structures such as dungeons, ancient cities, end cities, or any that contain chests, so you will have to explore if you want to have these amazing armors that will be the envy of your friends in online worlds, or simply the way to look amazing in your solo world. Minerals are also added to the overworld, nether or end, with the sole property of being used to duplicate molds, so if you manage to find some, it is best to look for the mineral to be able to get enough to create the complete armor more quickly. Some armor like that of the Warden gives us positive effects such as speed.